Hello and welcome to another edition of Brain Maths. In this video, we are going to look at the multiplication of matrices. In our previous lesson, we were able to discover that when you are adding two matrices together, matrix A plus another matrix B is equal to matrix B plus matrix A. That is, if you're given a matrix and another one, irrespective of how you arrange them in addition, if you bring B forward and then A to the other side, you will still get the same answer. But on the other hand, when you're talking about subtraction, if you are given matrix P minus matrix Q, the answer you are going to get is not going to be the same as matrix Q minus matrix P. Although the answer may look alike, but the sign in front of them are never going to be the same thing. So let us try to look at how multiplication works. The first thing we'll be doing in multiplication is to multiply a matrix by a scalar. When we say a scalar, it means we are multiplying a matrix by an ordinary number. For instance, if you're given that matrix P equals 6, 3, 2, 1, don't forget this is a 2 by 2 matrix. It is having two rows and two columns. Then you are asked to find 1, 3p, 2, 1.5 p. So let's see how this plays out. The first thing we are going to do for the first question is to write out the scalar by saying 3 times then the p, which is the matrix, 6, 3, 2, 1. So you are going to map each of this figure with 3. That is, you multiply each of the elements in the matrix by 3. So we have 3 times 6, then 3 times 3, also 3 times 2, and lastly 1 times 3 times 1. And this is finally going to give us 3 times 6, 18, 3 times 3, 9, 3 times 2, 6, and 3 times 1, 3. So for 3 multiplied by p, this is what we have gotten. So let's try to look at the second one. In the second question, it says question 2, 1 over 2p. And this means we multiply each of the elements by half. We have 6, 3, 2, 1. And when you multiply it out, you are going to have 6 times 1 over 2. Also, 3 times 1 over 2. Then we have 2 times 1 over 2. And lastly, 1 times 1 over 2. And the final answer for this one is going to give us 6 times half, 2 in 6, 3. That is 3. 3 times 1, that is 3 over 2. Also, 2 cancel 2. We are left with 1. And then 1 times 1, 1 over 2. So for the second question, our answer is going to be this matrix for 1 over 2p. So this is how to multiply a matrix by a scalar. It could be anything, and you could be given any question in terms of scalar. So the next one is to multiply a matrix, multiplying two matrices. So when you are asked to multiply two matrices, the pattern and the way we multiply two matrices is not the same as how you multiply a matrix by an ordinary number. If you're given matrix A to be A11, A12, A, let's say to A13, and we have A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, and A33 to be multiplied by a matrix B that contains A, sorry, B, B11, B12, B13, B21, B22, B23, B31, B32, B33. So if you're given a matrix in this order, matrix A multiplying out a matrix B, the first and the most important thing in multiplication of matrices is that you must have the same rows as the same column. If you have a 1 by 3 row, that is one row having 3 columns, then you must have at least one column with 3 rows. That is, 3 rows, one row with 3 columns must be multiplying one column with 3 rows. What am I saying? In essence, is that for you to multiply two matrices together, you must have a column, excuse me, a column A11, A12, A13, that is multiplying a row multiplying a column. B11, B21, B31. This is the only way you can actually multiply two matrices. That is, this row will multiply this column. And it all depends on the number of columns you now have. A row multiply all the columns you are having in any other matrices. So let's take an example. For instance, if you have a matrix A that contains 5, 3, 2, 1, and we have a matrix B that has 2, -1, 3, 5. So for us to multiply A by B, A multiplied by B, so we need to pay attention here. In order for us to multiply A by B, you first take this row and then you take this column. So what you'll be forming will look like a 7. You are going to be forming something like a 7. So this row multiply this column and then the second column. So let's start by saying 5 multiplied by 2 plus, you add them together, 3 multiplied by 3. We are done with the first column. Then you take the same row to multiply the second column. And that is going to give you the second element in the matrix. So we are saying 5 times 2, no, excuse me, 5 times -1 plus 3 times 5. Then the second one will be the multiplication of the second row by the 2 columns again, starting with the first column. So we have 2 times 2 plus 1 times 3. Then the second side will be the second column, 2 times -1 plus 1 times 5. So when you multiply this out, you are going to be having 5 times 2, 10, plus 3 times 3, 9. Also 5 times -1 minus 5 plus 3 times 5, 15. Then 2 times 2, 4, plus 1 times 3, 3. 2 times -1 minus 2 plus 1 times 5, 5. And by the time you add all of them together and subtract where needed, so you'll be having 10 plus 9, 19, minus 5 plus 15, that is 10. 4 plus 3, 7, minus 2 plus 5, that is 3. So this is the required matrix that is going to give us A multiplied by matrix B. All right, let's try to look at these two questions on the board. The first one says, given that P is a 1 by 3 matrix and Q is a 3 by 1 matrix, we should find phi multiplied by Q. Don't forget from the previous example given that I said it is only possible for us to multiply two matrices provided the number of elements in the first one, which is a row matrix, is the same as the number of elements in the second one, which must be a column matrix. So for you to multiply these two out, all you have to do is just to pair each of the elements together. And P times Q, in that case, is going to give us 6 times, 6 times minus 5 plus 7 times 3 plus 8 times minus 6. And this in turn will give us 6 times minus 5 minus 30 plus 7 times 3, 21, plus 8 times minus 6, minus 48. So let's try to rewrite the figures. Minus 30 plus 21 plus times minus minus 48. So minus 30 plus 21 will give us minus 11. Minus 11 minus 48 will give us minus 59. So our answer for that question is actually minus 59. So the second one is a 3 by 3 matrix multiplying another 3 by 3 matrix. So in the second one, we have to take our time in the mapping so that we will not map wrongly, and then we will be able to solve them out correctly. So let's start with the multiplication of the two. The second one says x y, that is x times y. Our x is 5 minus 1, 3, 6, 2 minus 7, minus 3, 5, 1, multiplying the second one, which is 8, 4 minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, minus 6, and 5, 5, minus 8. So we are going to multiply these two together. So mind you, in order to have a good multiplication and a very neat one, you have to start with the first row multiplying column 1, column 2, and column 3 at the same time. So let's start. So for the first row is multiplying the first column. 5 times 8 plus minus 1 times minus 2 plus 3 times 5. So in this multiplication, we have to be very careful. Then the first one is multiplying the second column now. 5 times 4 plus minus 1 times minus 1, and then plus 3 times 5. Also, it is still multiplying the third column. 5 times minus 3 plus minus 1 times minus 6 plus the last one, 3 times minus 8. So the second row will be taking on the second column at the first to the third column now. So we have 6 times 8 plus 2 times minus 2, and then minus 7 times 5 plus minus 7 times 5. Don't forget the connecting sign, that is the plus that will be joining each and every one of them together. The second row will be multiplying the second column now. So we have 6 times 4 plus 2 times minus 1 plus minus 7 times 5. And the column, the second row will be multiplying the third column now. 6 times minus 3 plus 2 times minus 6 plus minus 7 times minus 8. And the last one, which is the third row, will be taking on all the three columns as well. So we have minus 3 times 8 plus 5 times minus 2 plus 1 times 5. Then it takes the second column, minus 3 times 4 plus 5 times minus 1 plus 1 times 5. And it takes the last column, minus 3 times minus 3 plus 5 times minus 6 plus 1 times minus 8. So the next thing now is to try to reduce all these additions and multiplications. So let's start with the first one. 5 times 8 will give us 40 plus, don't forget the plus, minus 1 times minus 2. That will give us 2 plus 3 times 5, 15. Then 5 times 4 is 20 plus minus 1 times minus 1, 1 plus 3 times 5, 15. And the last one on that row is 5 times minus 3, which is minus 15 plus minus 1 times minus 6, that is 6, plus 3 times minus 8, that is minus 24. And that is going to lead us to the second row. 6 times 8, 48, plus 2 times minus 2, minus 2, plus 7 times minus 7 times 5, that is minus 35. 2 times minus 2 is going to give us minus 4. Excuse me. So we also have 6 times 4, 24, plus 2 times minus 1, minus 2, plus minus 7 times 5, minus 35. And the last one on that row will be 6 times minus 3, that is minus 18, plus 2 times minus 6, minus 12, plus minus 7 times minus 8, that is plus 56. And the last row will be minus 3 times 8, minus 24, plus minus 10, minus 5, minus 2 times 5, that is minus 10, plus 1 times 5, 5. And also we have minus 3 times 4, minus 12, plus 5 times minus 1, minus 5, plus 1 times 5, 5. We also have the last one, minus 3 times minus 3, that is 9, plus 5 times minus 6, minus 30, and 1 times minus 8 plus minus 8. So the last one, which we are going to be writing, which is going to be x times y, final answer will be 40 plus 2, 42, plus 15, that is 57. And also 20 plus 1, 21, plus 15, that is 36. Minus 15 plus 6, that is minus 9. Minus 9, plus times minus here will be minus. Minus 9 minus 24, that is minus 33. On the second row, we are going to be having plus times minus minus 48 minus 4, that is 44. Plus times minus again is another minus 44 minus 35, that is 9. 44 minus 35, yes, it's actually 9. Then the next one, 24 plus and minus, we have 24 plus times minus minus 24 minus 2, that is 22, plus times minus minus 22 minus 35, that is minus 13. Minus 18 plus and minus here will be minus. Minus 18 minus 12, that is minus 40. Minus 40 plus 56, that is 16. And the last row, minus 24, we have another plus and minus, which is going to give us minus. Minus 24 minus 10, that is minus 34. Minus 34 plus 5, that is minus 29. And plus and minus here, minus 12 minus 5, that is minus 17. Minus 17 plus 5, that is minus 12. And the last element will be plus and minus, minus 9 minus 30, that is minus 21. Plus and minus, minus 21 minus 8, that is minus 29. So on this note, we have reached the final answer for x and y. As usual, I'll be leaving you with this one question on the board. We are having a 3 by 3 matrix multiplying another 3 by 3 matrix. So try to take your time in mapping the right one with the corresponding one on the other side so as to get a very nice answer at the end of the day. Don't forget to leave your answer in the comment section, and also help us to share this video to as many places as possible. If you are still waiting to subscribe to this channel, I think this is the right time for you to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be among the first to be notified when a new video is released. Until I come your way next time, do have a blessed day. Bye bye.